Welcome back. The head of the utility company accused of starting deadly California wildfires is stepping down. Geisha Williams is no longer president and chief executive of Pacific Gas and Electric. PG&E's general counsel, John Simon, is going to be taking over as interim CEO for the time being. Now, the utility has already been found responsible for 17 wildfires in 2017. Now the company is filing for Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection. Joining us now is Fox News senior judicial analyst Judge Andrew Napolitano. And, Judge, this is really a sad story and really an incredible story that the equipment is to blame. But what happens now?
Well, this is unique to California. So if the equipment was properly manufactured and properly maintained, that is, there was no negligence, but it still caused the fire, then the utility is responsible. And every other state in the union, the plaintiffs, people that are injured, or the estates of the people that are injured, have to prove negligence. You do not have to prove negligence in California if the defendant is a utility. That's step number one. Step number two, when the utility exhausts its assets and its insurance, guess who's on the hook? The taxpayers. I mean, this is the People's Republic of California, so the liability is going to be spread amongst all taxpayers. California has a concept called inverse condemnation, meaning, and you raised this earlier, Morgan, the failure of the government to regulate. That is, the failure of the government to detect that this equipment, even though no negligence, could have caused these fires, puts a liability burden on the government. Well, the government means the taxpayers. So it's not a happy state of affairs for anybody. It's not happy for the plaintiffs who lost their homes and in some cases their loved ones. And it's not happy for the taxpayers of California. Governor Brown attempted to limit liability, and there's a slight limitation, certain caps imposed. But this is a disaster for the taxpayers of California.
22 people died.
We're talking 22 people died, more than 190,000 acres of damage to land, and more than 3,000 structures damaged. We're talking about a really big liability here.
Of course. So
how does PG&E function under that kind of liability, this kind of legal mess?
Under the aggressive supervision of the bankruptcy court. Now, the Wall Street Journal reported just a few minutes ago that even though they were contemplating a bankruptcy, they gave some kind of a statement a few minutes ago that they are going to file. There's a 15-day window, so they can't file until the 29th of January. But when they do, they have to propose some sort of a plan, and we'll know from that plan what the answer to your question is. I don't even know how they can quantify the damages with 190,000 acres destroyed. You know, under this inverse condemnation theory, they're liable for all of it. They're liable for everything that was in your house that was caused by this fire, either they or the government of the state, therefore the taxpayers of the state of California.
I wonder what traders of California municipal bonds are doing right now.
Wow.
You would think that there's going to be some pressure on those credit ratings.
Yes.
Was the equipment just old and not maintained? I mean, do we know why the equipment was faulty?
I don't think we have a scientific answer yet to exactly what caused the spark. But we do know that they don't have to prove negligence, and they're not looking for negligence. They're looking for some connection. So if it's not inherently dangerous, and it's not negligent, but it still causes a problem, how can you impose liability? California law says you can, and that's different from the rest of the country.